Hi, everyone. We've got a change of scenery. We're in my living room. The lighting in here is not ideal, but this is what we have to work with today. We have a curfew here in Los Angeles that started at 5 p.m. So I am bringing the class here so that we can still move together, and grateful for everyone for being here. And anyone who wants to say hi, please feel free to pop into the chat. I think most of us are coming here from Los Angeles, so a lot of y'all are at home with us as well. So it's been a brutal and scary and sad and all sorts of things, 72 hours. So, KR, I'm so happy to see you back. I hope that you've been doing well. Thanks for joining. So we're going to move today, and, continuing movement practice throughout everything that we've all been experiencing lately has been really helpful for me, and I hope that it's helpful for you. My dog is barking at the door for me to let her in. Come on, Miss Thing. This is the beauty of working from home. Brandy, hello. Oh, I'm happy that y'all are here. So we have an ab class today, and, everyone just do whatever you feel like you have in you. And like I always say, if something doesn't feel right for your body, just do a different movement. Work in your own pace and listen to yourself. And, you are the best expert on your body. So you know what's good for you and what's good for you in any given moment. So for anyone who doesn't know me, my name is Elliot. I am a personal trainer in Los Angeles. I work out of Everybody Los Angeles, which is a radically inclusive, holistic wellness facility. And also founder TG-ENBY project. So, and also, just so everyone knows, any instructor tips that I receive tonight will be donated directly to Black Lives Matter Los Angeles. And I will post a donation receipt where applicable. And we'll likely continue to do that for the course of the month, at least. So, anyway, let's get started. We're going to start with standing joint mobility. So we're going to get our joints ready for work. Then we're going to do some ground-based mobility coming down to the ground. I will try and move things around in here so you can see a little bit better with these dark floors I have in my living room. Then we're going to do a warm-up. The warm-up is going to comprise of me teaching you the movements that we're using for the workout. And then the workout itself is going to be circuit-based. We have 4 abdominal focused movements. We'll do each movement for 1 minute and then have 1 minute of rest and then go back to the top of the circuit. We'll do that 4 times. So, and then we'll have a little cool down and wrap up and go forward into the week. And that's what I have. All right, so let's come to standing. If you have music you like to listen to, you can put some music on for yourself. I'm not going to interfere with the audio. You can already hear the lawnmowers going on out there. So we're going to start up at the head, and we're going to start by setting landmarks. One is going to be chin to chest, and then we're going to look up, and when you look up, close your teeth lightly together, and then back down, chin to chest, being nice and long in the spine, and looking up. And tilt left ear to left shoulder, pressing right shoulder down. And right ear to right shoulder, pressing left shoulder down. And then back to the left. and back to the right. And now we're going to make circles, hitting all 4 of those landmarks that we just established, taking it nice and slow and gentle. And other direction, still hitting those landmarks. And look over your left shoulder. And look over your right shoulder. And again to the left and the right. We're going to bring it into shoulder roll. So shrug and squeeze them together and then press them down. So we're making those nice big circles going back. Squeeze them together, press them down, and separate at the bottom. And then other directions, squeeze them together, shrug them up, and separate at the top. Nice. We're going to extend your arms and flex your wrists. So you're pulling the fingers up, and we're going to make small circles going forward. Think about getting those scapula, your shoulder blades active. Keeping your shoulders down out of your ears. So if you start to feel them creeping up towards your ears, just press them down. And let's go back. And now you're going to bring your arms up above your head. Plug your shoulder blades in and small circles going backwards. Find that activation in the back of the shoulder. So shoulder blades are pulling back and then other way. And swing, breaking at the elbows, like you're trying to pat yourself on the back. Nice, and hands on your hips, drawing circles with your tailbone. So when I'm at the salon, I have this big old clock in front of me, and I just realized that I don't have it now. So if you see me squinting at the computer or checking my watch, because I'm just checking to make sure that we're in good time space for the flow of the class. Good. Change directions if you didn't. We're going to get forward leg swing. So we're going to kick forward, and then you're going to bring it back like you're trying to kick yourself in the butt. So try to find that stretching sensation in the back of the thigh and then the front of the thigh as you kick the heel back towards your booty. 5, 4, 3, 2, and switch sides, swing and kick. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to get a lateral swing now. And you're only swinging as high as you can maintain stability. So if you feel like you're going to fall over, just maybe reel it in a little bit, less intensity or less range of motion. 3, 2, and switch sides, soft knee on your tiny, tiny living room. That's why you see me at the salon. And we're going to get some foot rolls now. So I'll bring the camera down and making circles with the ball of your foot. Make these really intentional. I'll be practicing today barefoot, but you can wear shoes if you like. It's entirely up to you. Other direction. Switch feet. And other way. Beautiful. And let's start to get the heart rate going. We're going to shadow rook. So we're working off the balls of your feet. I'm going to give us a timer here for 60 seconds. We're just going to work through 1 minute. You can even pantomime the jump rope itself. Bring your shoulders into it. And notice that you can't really hear me landing. I'm not flat-footed, just pounding and slamming my feet into the ground. I'm working really lightly and absorbing the shock. Now, if you can't jump or the impact is not good for your body, you can just bounce. I know you keep it going. I'll move this so you can see the difference where I'm just kind of bouncing here versus hopping. So see how my heels don't really touch the ground, and I'm just working off the balls of my feet nice and lightly. You can even do your single foot skips if you like. Keep it going. You're doing great. And time. All right, let's take it down for ground-based mobility now. So I have a towel here for my knees. Just kind of depends on what kind of floors you have or if you have tender knees. So we're going to start in a quadrupedal hands and knees position. And you're going to step your foot up by your hand, whatever foot you want to start with. This just happens to be my left. And we're going to draw circles. So press it forward and then to the side and pull it back. Here you go, 5, 4, 3, 2, and change directions. So now we're pressing it forward, pulling it in and then back. And feel that nice stretch in your hip. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that foot down and other side. Draw circles. So if you had a little pendulum hanging from your sternum, we'd be drawing circles on the ground with the sternum. Good, and breathe. 4, 3, 2, and change directions. I'm keeping my foot nice and flat on the ground, not picking up the heel or the ball. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to come into a short lever mountain climber now. So we're going to keep this hands and knees position, and you're going to step the opposite foot up and then switch. So foot strike is your exhale. Inhale to switch. You're going to get 5 more on each side. 5, 4, 3, 2. So let's pop this up a little bit. It says that we lost connection. I think that we're good. If everyone can hear me okay, just can throw up a like or a thumbs up. All right, so half kneeling position. I got my right knee on the ground. Left foot is in front of me. I'm going to press forward into the front of my left thigh, and then I'm going to rock it back, flexed foot, and here. All good now. Okay, cool. And then press forward. Thank you, KR, and rock it back. Thank you, Ari. Press forward and take it back. Good. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So the exhale is as you're pressing into the stretch. And 3, 2, and 1. Take it to the other side. So now I have my left knee down and my right knee forward, and press and rock it back. Finding the stretch in the hip flexor and then finding the stretch in the hamstring. Whoop. Tightening up the belly. I swear you change one little thing. We're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and 1. Beautiful. Let's see. Let's go ahead and move on. We're right at where we want to be to start with the warm-up / instruction, high pork chop. Say hi to everyone. All right, so we have 4 movements. I'm going to teach you the movement. We're going to do a set of each one, and that's going to be our workout. I'm going to keep my towel in case I need it for extra padding. Our first one is a pike to alternating knee reach. So this one is going to start in my tiny, tiny living room. There we go. So you're going to start in a high plank, shoulders stacked over wrists. You're going to reach your hips up into a pike or down dog for our yogis in here. Tuck your knee to your chest and then rock your shoulders forward to drive the knee to the elbow, touch, and then step that leg back. Then come back into a pike, pull your knee to the chest, and reach and send it back. So let's go ahead and do 10 on each side. Reach, 1, pike, tuck, reach, 1, pike, tuck, reach, pike, tuck, reach. That's 2. 3, pike, tuck, and rock it forward, step it back. Good, 5, 6, 4 more each side. 4, 3, tuck, reach. 2, last one. Good, tuck, and really try to touch your elbow with your knee. All right, that's the pike to alternating knee reach. Beautiful work. If you have any questions or anything comes up for you in that, don't hesitate to throw them up in the chat. Next movement's going to be a tuck. So we're going to flip over for this one. If you're on a hard floor and you need some padding for your coccyx, you can use a mat or a towel. So we're going to come belly up, and I'm going to lean back with my fingers pointing towards my body, keeping my chest nice and open, shoulders pressed down out of my ears. Extend your legs, and then if you can, go ahead and pick your heels up off the ground and lean back a little bit further. So we've got this hollow hold, and we're going to exhale, pull your knees into your chest and pull your chest towards your knees, and then extend, floating the feet still. So pull and extend. Let's go ahead and work through 15 of these. So exhale, 1, 2, thinking about my body being like a bellow blowing on a fire. 5, and exhale, 6, open chest, shoulders down. 7, 8, try and find your lower abdominals. Find the warmth in your lower belly. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. If you need to take any kind of a little twist, take a little twist, whatever you need. Now, if you were feeling that in your low back or that was bothering you in any way, just know that you don't have to pick your heels up. You can lay back and slide in here, or maybe it means you pick them up, but then you set them down and you take a pause. So do whatever feels good for you. Now, the next one is going to be the most complicated out of all of them. And I think that you'll have fun with it. So this one is an alternating side kick through. And let me show you what it looks like first. Okay, so we're alternating our leg kicking through. So let's break this down. You're going to start in a beast position. So we've got hands and knees, and then we pick our knees up an inch off the ground. If that's too much weight on your wrist, that's totally fine. You can do this right here, right? So picking up the knees, you're going to pick up first your right foot, and then we're pivoting on the left foot. Now, when your right toes point at your left foot, you're going to go ahead and put that heel down and your hips settle in. You can stop here, or if you'd like to, you can take the kick through by extending the leg and driving your elbow back. Gaze is up. Now to come back through, you're going to pull that right leg through, set your right foot down, pick up your left foot, turn on the ball of your right foot, and then when your left foot's pointing at your right foot, drop your right heel and either stop here or take the kick through and then pull it back through. So you can stop here, like I said, and not do the kick through. Or maybe if you're on your knees here, you just kind of lift and set the booty down. This is okay too, if you need one where you're not putting as much on the wrists. So let's work through 10 on each side of that one. So starting in our beastie position, we're gonna do right leg, switch, and left leg. We'll keep these slow to start. When we do this in the workout, you'll do it at your own pace. 2, 3, 4, pull it through, switch, and kick. 5, 6, and exhale, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful work. You're doing awesome. So you should start to feel warm. Take water breaks whenever you need them. It's really warm in my living room. All right, the next movement is a really straightforward crunch. I want to challenge you to keep your elbows open nice and wide for this crunch. And we want to think about hollowing out the abdominals. So while we're laying on the ground, we're really using our belly, like we're trying to press your belly button into the ground. There's no path through the tunnel here. I like to cradle my head for my neck, and then I pretend like I'm trying to pull a Barbie head off of that ball. So I'm creating a little bit of a pulling sensation here to elongate my neck. Hello, pork chop. Keeping the elbows wide. You're gonna crunch the bottom rib down towards the top of the pelvis and then set it down with control. So you're gonna hold for a beat, and it's like you're trying to put your nose in the corner of the ceiling and the wall, and as though you're holding a baseball between your chin and your chest. So let's work through 15, and you're gonna exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, brace your belly like someone's gonna punch you in the tummy. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. So if anyone has any questions about any of those movements, please throw them up right now. We've got a couple minutes where I can answer those for you or clarify anything that you feel like you need a little more information on. So I'll give you a chance to type if you need to type. Have water if you need water. Seems like everyone's good. I will keep my eye up in case someone is still typing and they just haven't had a chance to finish. So those are your 4 movements. We're going to do each of those movements for 1 minute, and then you'll get 1 minute of rest, and then we'll do it again. We're going to repeat that 4 times. Okay, so the purpose on the side kick through the animal flow movement is getting some rotational work going on. So if you need a variation, you could work on a Russian twist where you'd be sitting in here and twisting. Alternately, you could do a standing movement where you don't have to worry about being down on your wrists. Some steam engines are great for that. So twisting and crunching here, or some Jane Fondas where we work on the side. So anything along those lines. Alternately, if just threading the needle is what feels good for you and you want to hit some hip mobility, then that's totally fine. So I hope that answered your question, Kit. If it didn't, then just let me know and I'll always elaborate more. All right, so 4 movements, minute each, minute of rest, right back to the top for 4 rounds. Perfect, awesome. All right, thank you for asking that, Kit. I appreciate it. So let me make sure that I have enough light here. This is the ever. All right, that's a little bit better. These floors, like I said, these floors are so dark, and I wear all dark clothes. So put your tunes on, get your towel, get your water, grab your dog. Mine's hiding under the table. And we're going to get started. So we're starting with the pike to alternating knee reach. And get our timer, tuck in my shirt, because I'm ready. All right, hit up your high planks, because we're going to start in 3, 2, and 1. All right, pike, tuck, touch your elbow if you can, and send it back. And then we're going to do the other side. Step it back and pike. I like to look up when I come into the reaching portion here. And then look back between my feet as I pike. Spread your fingers wide in your pike to give you a nice base of support. And if you ever experience a sensation of holding your breath, just encourage you to exhale and pike. Use the ball of your foot to drive you forward for this reach. Your hips will follow. Good. Send it back. Good. All right. Flip it over for the tuck. That was 1 minute, just like that. Nice and fast. All right. Hands behind you. Float your feet if that's the variation you're in. And exhale. Exhale. Brace your belly, so always pulling your navel towards your spine. That feeling your belly gets when you exhale really hard, that's the sensation that we're talking about when we talk about bracing. There you go. Good, just one at a time, one breath. And remember, drop your feet and take a little moment if you need one. It's totally fine to let that burning pass and then get back in it, especially if any of that burning starts to turn into low back pain. Open up your chest, pressing your shoulders down, and inhale and exhale. Nice work, keep it flowing. Siri thinks I'm talking to her, good, and time. All right, alternating side kick through, or if you're doing a different spiral movement, twisting movement, that's totally fine. Starting on hands and knees, and lift your knees and kick it through. Switching and kick it through. Stopping right here is totally fine too. If you're just getting used to twisting your body this way, you don't have to kick through if you don't feel like you're ready for it yet. Bring your gaze up when you land and drive your elbow back, palm facing out like you're guarding your face. And exhale. And point your toe. Externally rotate the knee as you extend the leg. And keep breathing. You're doing amazing. Bracing and breathing, those are key components to tonight's practice. That's 1 minute. And come to your back for crunches. This is the one we all know and love. Junior high special. And exhale. You've got some rest coming up after this one. I'm going to turn so you can see here. My elbows are staying really wide. And I'm making sure that in cradling my head, I'm not pressing my chin down into my chest. I want to keep my chest open and almost like I'm trying to get that chin and my nose into the corner up above me. Pull your belly button to your back. Try and keep your vertebrae in contact with the ground, with the mat, whatever you're on. And exhale. A little pro tip, if you ever want to try your crunches on your bed, they're going to be a lot more work, also a little bit easier on the back. Doing it on a soft surface is a really great way to bring it up a notch. All right, 60 seconds of recovery. How is everyone feeling? Get your water if you need it. We're going to do that whole round 3 more times. Good job. It's too hot for dogs. Beautiful work, y'all. Take this moment if you need to take any twisting movements or any recovery movements during this downtime. I love twisting as a reset. And if you ever want to see all the little bits in your house where you need to get under the couch, just exercise in your living room. All right, we're almost there. We're going to come back to the Pike into alternating knee reach. We've got about 10 seconds. So start to get into position. Start getting yourself mentally ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, and begin. The Pike, tuck, and reach. Adjust your gaze as appropriate through the range of motion. And you can hold your knee to your elbow for a beat if you like, to get a little bit of some isometric work in the muscles. Good. Keep breathing. If any bit of this is particularly hard for you, insert an exhale in that portion of the movement. Step back, Pike, tuck, reach. Nice. Y'all are doing great. Really proud of each and everyone for showing up for themselves this evening during a really challenging time for everyone. Good. Flipping it over for the tuck. Laminate floors and sweaty hands. They're not friends. All right, repeating our minute. And extend. And exhale, tuck. And tuck. This has sort of been my ab movement of the month that I've been working on and really enjoying and playing with. I was going to show y'all a banded variation of this evening. But I left my band at the salon. But I remembered the ring light. At least you can see me. So if you want to try a variation and you have a band, you can put a band around your knees and just keep tension on it to activate the glutes and the hips, which should help keep you out of your hip flexors. So it puts more of the load into the abdominals. And exhale. And exhale. So notice that I'm kind of touching my heels in at this point in time because I'm starting to feel a little bit in my low back. So I'm going to look out for it by adding just some little touch points for recovery. Alternating side kick throughs are next. So in that beastie position, and either here or here. And remember, this pace is your own for this session of practice. So if you need to go slower than me, you can go slower. If you feel like you would like to go faster, you can go faster. Or you can do a completely different movement. Maybe you're doing your steam engines with Kit. Or maybe you've done this before, so you're doing a jumping variation. And all of these things are totally fine. Breathe. And good. Crunches. And then we're halfway through. Come to your back. Find your positioning. Elbows wide and work. Oh, puppies love crunches. Hi, Brook Chop. I don't know if y'all can see her. She's so dark on this dark floor. Move that bottom rib sliding towards the pelvis. And you can think about tucking your pelvis up towards your bottom rib. They're trying to meet each other desperately. So it should take you longer than a second to complete one crunch. Have a little bit of a beat at the top of a hold, and then let it down slow and controlled, smooth and controlled. Exhale, exhale. You're almost there. Take this one rep at a time and 60 seconds of recovery. All right. Once again, if anything came up for anyone in that second set, I'm here to answer your questions, give you a variation or a pointer. We're in this together. Take your water, have a little wipe down. I don't know how hot it is where everyone is. It's a little warm here. Not quite warm enough for the air conditioner though. All right. We got about 25 seconds left, so we're going to be transitioning back to the top of the set. So if you remember, that's the plank to pike with alternating knee reaches. And we're putting that exhale on the reach and really trying to drive the knee to the same side elbow for a little touch, just a little kiss. And then send it back, and then pike the hips back up. All right, 3, 2, 1. Find your way back to your plank. And pike your hips, tuck your knee, and reach. And other side. Beautiful. Pike, tuck, and reach. So when you're pulling your knee to your chest, really try and pull it to your chest. And then the rocking forward is what pushes the knee forward. So we've already got a contraction in the abdominals to tuck the knee. And then we're just continuing to move through while keeping that abdominal contraction engaged. And feel how it moves from the center up to the top of your rectus abdominis. Your rectus abdominis are your six-pack muscles. Beautiful. And coming into the tuck. So flip it over. We're like pancakes tonight. Flipping, flipping, flipping. And extend your legs. And set the knees up towards the chest. Chest towards your knees for your tucks. Maybe you can touch in if you need to protect your back. Everyone's body is different. As you start to develop more strength, it's a little bit easier. And as I said before, it's also okay if you're sliding. And if you need a little bit of extra, you can bring your towel or your socks here for a nice sliding variation. If you don't feel like lifting the heels up is what's right for your body. Almost there. Pork chop says you're doing great. And time. All right. Alternating side kick throughs are next. We're almost through with the third set. So set up your beast. And kick it through. Pork chop. Kick it through. And exhale. Keep your shoulders engaged in this movement. It will help a lot with your stability. And you'll find that you get a lot more work in the abdominals by keeping the shoulders working in here as well. The more engaged you are, the more support the whole kinetic chain has, and the more efficiently all parts of the system can work. They all work with each other. All of our tissues connected. We've got connective tissue running through literally every part of our body. Beautiful. And crunches. These crunches feel almost like rest. Hand to your back. Resetting our time and work. Exhale. Using my exhale to help me get an even deeper contraction, making your breath audible. If you need to make a sound, ha, ha, you can. You'll find that when you do make that sound, you should feel a really deep contraction in your abdominals. And once you've pinned down that sensation, then you can try and create that sensation without the sound. If you need to keep the sound, that's totally fine. We're all pretty much at home, so we don't have to worry about disturbing anyone with our weird exercise sounds. Beautiful work. 60 seconds of recovery. You sure as heck earned it. We set that time for you. And then we will be getting going into our fourth round. Maybe we should have done 5 rounds. I don't know how you're feeling. Do y'all feel like you need a 5th round? Let's see how many people scream no. There's always like half the room that says, hell yeah, and then half the room is like, nah, we're good. I didn't hear any objections, but we'll still only do 1 more. If anybody wants to do a 5th round, they can do it on their own. I still gotta make dinner. We're almost to the end of our rest period. You have about 15 seconds left. We'll be coming, as you remember, back into the pike to alternating knee reach. There's a little puppy break. Look at that. She's getting her recovery time. On pork chop. Yeah. We're gonna start working pork chop. Are you ready? All right, everyone. Last time for the pike to alternating knee reach. Set up your high planks. Spread your fingers wide for support. Lift your hips, tuck, and reach. Tuck, and reach. Send it back with control. Got this. Good. Remember, you're pushing with the balls of your feet, pushing with your toes. See how that changes this versus the hips driving it. As you push off, the weight of your hips gets pushed forward. And then use your abdominals to control the forward movement of your hips and the descent. Flip it over for tucks, whatever variation you're taking part in. Open chest, shoulders down, and tuck it in. You got this. You're doing great. You're almost done with the last round. You can have nice sore bellies. I love how sore abdominals feel. I just really hate doing abdominal work. You're getting my dirty little secret. This is my least favorite kind of workout to do, even though I enjoy the sensation and the benefits of it the most. But the fact that I hate it so much tends to mean that's probably the one that I need to be spending more time on. Good. and breathe. You're almost there. Keep it going. One breath at a time. 3, 2, and 1. Alternating side kick throughs, whichever variation is on the table for you tonight. Whether we're here or here, or here with the jumping switch. Good, keep breathing, y'all. Each one of those kick throughs is an exhale. Point your toe, externally rotate your knee. Got a straight line from your fingertips to your knee. Lift your gaze as you kick through and drive your elbow back. And crunches. All right, last movement. How's everyone feeling? I'm ready for these crunches. This is our lay down portion. All right, 3, 2, and last set, go. Nice work, you got this. Beautiful work, you're almost there. Like I said, just one rep at a time, one breath at a time. That's all we can ever focus on, is the one that we're in right now. We don't have control over the one that we just did or the one that we have ahead of us. We only have the one that we're doing right now. Beautiful. Remember that rib driving towards the top of your pelvis. And time. Whew. All right. Y'all, you just did 4 rounds. Just like that. Just like nothing. We are going to go through a cool down. If you feel so inclined to do another set and you want to do another set after this, or you can just, this video will be archived in the past workouts playlist on the YouTube. You can pull up any of these workouts anytime you want and hit it up. So let's take that cool down. I really love twisting movements for cool down after core work. They really help reset the spine. And I feel like they just kind of, it's like wringing out a washcloth. So let's extend the left leg first. Take your right foot, cross it over to set it down on the ground on the outside of your left knee. You're going to take your right hand and place it behind you. Sit up nice and tall. Left elbow outside your right knee and look over your right shoulder. I'm still trying to elongate through the crown of my head. Belly's tight. Belly button is pressing towards my spine. Release and switch, so extend the right leg. Left foot outside the right knee. Left hand on the ground behind you. Right arm. And sit tall and twist. Breathe. And let's come to a lying twisting position. So this is going to be a gentle spinal twist. Now lay on your back, tabletop position with legs. So we have a 90-degree bend in the knees, 90-degree bend in the hips. Tee off your arms. I'm going to let my knees fall to the right first. They're going to fall to my right as I look to my left. And I'm striving to keep both my shoulders down on the ground. You can give yourself a little extra pressure on top of the knee if you like. You can also get a deeper twist by extending the legs out straight. Just take whatever feels good for you. And exhale up to center and let them go the other way, looking in the opposite direction of the legs. Hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug both your knees into your chest. Rock gently, let the ground massage your low back. Let the dog lick your face. Beautiful. Keep just your right knee hugged towards your chest and extend your left leg through your heel. So keep my foot flexed, pressing through the heel. Trying to get as straight as I can in the hip flexor, the front of my left thigh. And switch. Same thing, pressing through the heel, flexed foot. Nice, and bring it on up. So take whatever you need, whether that's some more mobility or some water. It's really important that we take some moments in this time to check in with ourselves and see what we need, both in our bodies and our hearts and our minds, our spirits. To everyone who's been able to be out there protesting these past 72 hours, thank you. To everyone who has been a source of support to someone who's out protesting, thank you. Everyone continue to do what you need to do to safeguard your well-being during this time while looking out for those in our community. Oh, thank you, Ari. Just as a reminder to anyone that joined late, all of the instructor tips from tonight's class will be donated to Black Lives Matter. So if you tip me via Venmo, which is at WERKOUT, all of those tips will be going directly to Black Lives Matter, specifically to the Los Angeles Black Lives Matter. And we'll be back here Monday again at 5 o'clock. And well, maybe not here. We might be back at the salon. It depends on if we have a curfew or not. But everyone, like I said, do what you need to do for you. Hug your loved ones. Check in on your friends. Check in on your Black friends, please, and make sure that they're okay and that you're offering your support to them right now. So thank you, Kit. Thank you, Brandy. Oh, thank you, Ollie. And Pork Chop says thank you to everyone, too. So good night and have a good dinner. And oh, you're welcome, KR. Thank you. And we'll see everyone next week, either from my dark living room or from the bright and beautiful full floor salon and barber. So good night, everyone.